it up to cover. It was too quick from Lockie Ferguson, and Fakhar Zaman in Asia, he's at 23 innings without a 50, 10 ODIs and 13 T20s. Terrific delivery, but just Fakhar Zaman, you'd think that these sort of wickets would have suited him, but it seems that if he wants pitches where the ball comes onto the bat, because 23 innings without a 50 says a lot.
150, 149, so good pace from Lockie Ferguson. Already clocked the 150 mark tonight. Slower ball, gets away from him. Nicely played around the corner. Was there any bat involved? I think there might have been a little bit. Into the attack. Wickets that economy a touch high. Has to do a job for New Zealand between he and Colin Munro. Try and get through 4 overs for New Zealand as their 5th bowler.
Pakistan going at 5.5 and over. The power play generally in this series has been the one the batsmen really get their runs. Pakistan got 50 in that first game, then 50 in the last game, and the first game got 31, but today again is that 33 in the power play. So Hafiz out there, we've seen Hafiz really get after the New Zealand bowling a little bit. He'll have to do the same.
Yeah, New Zealand have had 50 twice in the first and the second game, exactly 50 for 1 in both games. So they've got off to a good start, but Pakistan have been outstanding through the middle overs with the ball and then at the back end and just restricting New Zealand. And with the bat, they've actually taken to the New Zealand spinners. In the last game, the New Zealand spinners were expensive. They took to Ish Sodhi late in the piece and didn't let Ajaz Patel settle. It's different aspects of the game and elements of the game where Pakistan have just been a little bit better, and that's why they've won the last 2 encounters.
Yeah, the one that really stands out is the economy rates of the Pakistani spinners as compared to the New Zealand spinners. Because you talk about those middle overs and you talk about Pakistan stifling the opposition, it really stood out because the Pakistani spinners have out-bowled the New Zealand spinners, and on these sort of tracks, on these sort of pitches, they have a big say.
Away comfortably. They won't mind that from Colin de Grandhomme at the moment, just angling in at middle and leg stump. He's got a field set way to his right, to the left of the batsman. 3 boundary riders out to the right of your screen now. Five off the over, so both sides reasonably happy. 38 for 1. T20s in the last 2 years. Pakistan have been outstanding as far as economy rate is concerned. 10 maiden overs as well. Look at New Zealand. They've gone 25 matches, in fact, without bowling a maiden over. There's none from 20 there, that's in the last 2 years, but they've actually played 25 T20 internationals, New Zealand, without bowling a maiden. Outstanding from Pakistan, Afghanistan as well. Very high up on that list. And time for some spin, Ish Sodhi.
Before the series, obviously, Ish Sodhi was the man for New Zealand. There was talk about a contest between Shadab and him, and how he would play a big part in this T20 series. And so far, the Pakistani batsmen have been able to play him well.
Yeah, I think with Ish Sodhi's pace, he needs turn in the wicket to be a genuine threat. Just because the surface is slow, he bowls it quite quick anyway, and therefore he doesn't get a lot of turn. He's not a big turner of the ball. And Pakistan have played him very well throughout the series so far. In the gap. No, dive again. Yes, well done, Mark Chapman.
Yeah, just slightly short. But the slowness of the wicket allowed Babar to rock back and pull this hard on the leg side. Just marginally short, but he's got ample time to just hit this through mid-wicket with ease. Pull and dive. New Zealand have been absolutely brilliant throughout this series.
Finds that gap again. Chapman quick though.
And again, the length not exactly right. He's gone for 1 for 24 in Abu Dhabi and none for 39 in Dubai, previous game. I just reckon that he's not hitting his length as consistently as he would like.
He's very conscious of getting too full, Ish Sodhi, and getting hit down the ground or out of the park. I think if when you look at his series stats, you'll see that he's bowled a couple of 3 full deliveries that have all disappeared. The only times he's been hit for 6, barring one in the last game when I think it was Hafiz that ran down the wicket and got a short of a length ball straight. Every other 6 has been very full. He's quite conscious of that, of just being a little bit back of a length. 45 for 1 after 8. Well, Pakistan have already wrapped up the T20 series. 2-0, a couple of close games, 2 runs that first game, even the 6 wickets. It was a reasonably tight encounter here in Dubai a couple of days ago. And then the one-day internationals to follow. No pace on that, but he finds the gap and will pick up a 4. Yes, perfectly placed.
Yeah, it's a slow delivery, but it's just too short. And it sits up. Babar is in tremendous form and he takes toll of that to maximum. It's that cutter, but it's just too short. Being able to pull it in front of square, in front of that short mid-wicket fielder.
I'm not sure how that ball should get to the boundary. If Ross Taylor is in the right place, is it Ross Taylor? If he's in the right place, that ball cannot get to the boundary. There's something going wrong with the angles there. 50 comes up. Oh, that's the same gap, but we cut off this time.
Pakistan making a move now. Hafiz coming down the track, targeting that mid-wicket region. Here we go again. that pull shot, and maybe didn't dive, or maybe that effort was lacking, but nonetheless, New Zealand concede 4.
The good thing from Pakistan's point of view here is it's the 5th and 6th bowlers. They're trying to get through de Grandhomme. I'm sure we'll see some of Colin Munro, maybe Chapman, maybe Williamson himself. But they're now targeting Colin de Grandhomme and saying we can't allow our 5th bowler, the 5th bowler, to bowl at us. Clever, very clever indeed. Chase for Ishori. Ball wins.
Really nice. Deft touch. This time the seam up from Colin de Grandhomme. A little bit more pace on the delivery, and Babar Azam easing that past short third man. Beautiful batting.
Yeah, it's such good batting. Couple of nice boundaries, some singles, a well-run 2, 13 from the over, 58 for 1. Oh, Lockie Ferguson back, 1 over for Ishori. Push for 2 again here, and take it comfortably.
Yeah, such a luxury for Pakistan in their bowling department that they have luxury of spin. They've got a spinning all-rounder, so they've got all bases covered really. New Zealand with just a frontline spinner in Ish Sodhi.
Oh, that's so good, so good. Will it be cut off? No, it won't. It will not. Seth Rance, I think it is, down at the 3rd man boundary, got around to it, dived, but just got stuck in the turf.
Babar Azam with his deft touches. Again, pace on the ball this time, quite a lot of pace, and he's just managed to guide it down to 3rd man, and so fine that even that diving effort to no avail.
You can see where the knees just dug into the ground. It's difficult to slide on these outfields that are so sandy.
And suddenly after that terrific start from New Zealand in that power play, Pakistan are back on sort of 6.84, and they're looking good, just 1 wicket down. Just shows how good Pakistan's bowling attack is, the depth in Pakistan's bowling attack, that they can claw things back or apply the pressure because they have 5 genuine bowlers and a genuine all-rounder.
Oh, good. Good short ball from Lockie Ferguson. Takes some real energy to get it head height though, but I tell you that much. You were out there for the pitch report. He's dry and low and slow.
But as you know, it doesn't take much for a fast bowler to be riled up.
Yes, I know. I watched Danny Morrison get angry for years.
He's still angry. It's just gone from bad to worse to even worse.
The last ball of the 10th over. It's fine as well, but this one will be easier for Seth Rance. Cuts it off nicely. Halfway through. Pakistan after 10, 67 for 1.
So after a slowish, sluggish start, Pakistan 67 for the loss of 1. They've got wickets in hand and they've got a lot of self-belief. And so quite happy to have a sit-in session early on against the new ball in the first 4 or 5 overs. They looked a bit listless. But now this innings gathering pace and momentum. 44 Babar Azam. 4 more to be the quickest 2000 T20 runs. Hi, James.
Good evening, Ramiz. Yeah, it's been a pretty solid start from New Zealand tonight with the ball, but Pakistan, they've just come back into it in the last few overs. They've just upped the run rate a little bit. And it's that man again, Babar Azam. He's in fantastic touch.
Got to be careful when you call for an early or a quick single when you're batting with Hafiz. At times you've got to call on his behalf as well. But they survive.
It'll be an amazing effort from Babar Azam to get these next 3 runs. Be the quickest man to 1,000 T20 international runs. It'll be a great accolade to have for him if he can get these next 3.
That's gone up in the air and it's a 6 and he does it with some style. Fastest to T20,000 runs. It's a record. Oh, that was Hafiz, I beg your pardon. But just maintain that energy minus Babar Azam.
Yeah, wonderful use of the feet from Mohammad Hafiz. He's also been in good touch this series. He uses his feet beautifully and hits a huge 6, 90 metres. Wonderful strike straight down the ground.
Emotions getting the better of me, which is, I don't know what to say. That's another big hit. Massive straight 6. Fantastic piece of batting from Hafiz. He's so good against spin and once again proving why he's so.
Yeah, that one was actually probably a little bit better than the one before. Ish Sodhi just flattened it out a little bit. More back of a length. But Hafiz, magnificent footwork. Again, striking straight through the line of the delivery. Straight back over the bowler's head for 6 runs. Ish Sodhi now, he's under a bit of pressure. He's really got to be mindful of the length he's got to bowl on this wicket. He's got to make sure that the Pakistan batsmen are hitting him square of the wicket, not putting too much flight in the delivery, because he's already seen if he goes up, it's off.
He's hit 50 T26s now, Hafiz. Leaves the crease late and then he clears the front leg so that the bat can come down on the ball uninhibited. And you add a lot of confidence and he pulls it off almost every time. Fantastic shot down the ground. Really is flawless stuff.
A good finish to the over for Ish Sodhi. So important from a bowler's perspective. If you've been put under pressure, that you still focus on every ball that you're bowling.
82 for 1. Great piece of batting against spin. Twinkle feet and having the audacity really to go over the top. Top bowler who's quick through the air and doing it effortlessly. Not once but twice. Most 6s for Pakistan. Is now in the list, the elite list of 50 plus. Hesitation, yes, no, wait. He hits the bat hard, Ferguson, so he was looking to wind up and go for that full throttle drive, but the ball hit the bat harder and he didn't have a lot of time ready to play that full-blown drive.
Well, Lockie Ferguson's probably, with Adam Milne, one of our 2 quicker bowlers going back home in New Zealand, so it's nice to see him having an opportunity tonight. Change of pace last delivery.
Such a pretty player, Babar Azam. And just proves the point that you can achieve genius if you just do the basics well. Don't have to be extravagant with your shot making. It's just about doing the basics well and playing a conventional innings if you can, if that is your strength.
Absolutely, Ramiz. There's nothing really too brutal about the way he bats. I think he has a career strike rate of 120 or 125. But he's just got the ability to accumulate runs and be the backbone to a Pakistan T20 innings.
The ball flies and it hits the bat. Just they're demonstrating the pace of the bowler. Right then, Babar Azam a single away from that record. Big moment for this young kid. 24 years old. 999 for him. And there it is. He gets there. It's a direct hit, but I think he's made his ground. We'll just have to wait because the umpire has gone for a review. He's not happy, Babar Azam, because he wanted more out of that shot, but he's got a single. Let's wait. Decision pending.
Was that man again, Tim Southey? He's in at point. He's hit the stumps 3 times tonight. He does it again, but Babar Azam safely home, and now that record is his. The quickest man to 1,000 T20 international runs. It's a magnificent achievement.
26 innings, beating great Virat Kohli by 1 innings. At 24, you feel that he's still sort of continuing to work hard, and work is on as far as he's concerned. Terrific record, 1,000 T20 runs. Handshake from Hafiz. Work in progress at 24, but look at what he has achieved. He's beaten the field.
Yeah, magnificent achievement by Babar Azam. He's also the 2nd youngest player in international cricket to 1,000 T20 international runs. Top of the list, his cousin, Umar Akmal.
That's right, 1 down for 86. Fantastic strike force in that list. Start with Brendan McCullum and then Chris Gale, Kevin Peterson, Hales from England, Faf du Plessis is an artist, Aaron Finch. Absolutely brutal when it comes to hitting the ball. A mild Virat Kohli. Magnificent, best of the lot. And Babar Azam there, 26 innings to T20 1,000 runs. Colin Munro. He'll vary the pace.
That's wonderful reward for Babar Azam. Consistency is so hard to come by, particularly in this format of the game. Very much a hit and miss game from a batsman's point of view. But to get to 1,000 T20 international runs in 26 innings is a wonderful achievement.
Just 11 sixes in his career. That could be a reason why he's been so consistent. Doesn't hit the ball in the air. It's almost everything is sort of along the ground. He's very good at rotating the strike. Doesn't get flustered by a couple of dots. He's got his own game plan, his own method of achieving success. Very different to some of the modern day greats.
And the style of play as well for these conditions is perfectly suited. When he knows that pass scores are around 140, 150, all he knows is that he just has to be the glue to hold the whole innings together. He can go around that strike rate of 120, 125. More often than not, as his record now reflects, he scores runs.
He's on the other end, is finding some great form at 38. Didn't know that that could be resurgence so late in the career. On 49, looking for his 8th T20 50. And that's his 50. Easily done, workmanlike, terrific player for Pakistan. Gives them solidity, gives them class, gives them consistency.
Absolutely, Ramiz. Class act. Babar Azam, 26 matches, just ticked over that 1,000-run mark, and now is 850 in this format of the game. Wonderful achievement from him. He's been fantastic throughout this home summer for Pakistan, and they'll be hoping for a few more runs out of him yet tonight.
650s in 12 innings for Babar Azam. This year, that is. Picture of consistency. Tim Southee once again will bowl a lot of cutters like he did the other night.
Yeah, also I think strategically from a New Zealand point of view, Kane Williamson, like the last game, he brought Tim Southee into the attack around about this time to try and get a wicket for New Zealand. He did the job the other night for New Zealand, and hopefully he can do it again. Just varying his pace a little bit in the first delivery back. Well, a few cutters throughout this over and try and draw a false shot from one of these two Pakistan batsmen.
Hitting him down the ground is going to be difficult, so he's got mid-on and mid-off up in the ring because he's going to bowl slower balls. And so there's a straightish mid-wicket. And every now and then he'll shorten the length, maybe an off-cutting or off-cutter bouncer.
Lovely boys, here we go, lads.
Yeah, that looked like an off-cutter bouncer, that last delivery. And every single ball that Tim is bowling probably throughout this over, he'll probably make little subtle fielding adjustments depending on what sort of delivery he's going to bowl. Doesn't mind telegraphing it, but it all comes down to his execution and skill as a bowler.
Looking for that big six over mid-wicket. Missed it. A dot will help New Zealand at this stage.
And that was a case in point. Second delivery, he had mid-off and mid-on up. He bowled a slower ball cutter into the wicket, short, so he could only get hit square. That third delivery of the over, he dropped long on, but kept mid-off up. Tried to tempt Babar Azam into hitting him back over his head. Tim Southee won that little battle.
Absolutely. Such a good bowler, good thinker, Tim Southee. Going to get an economy of under 7. A little bit of hesitation, throw it at the non-strikers end, and it was blocked by Tim Southee. No timing from Babar Azam.
Yeah, with mid-off up. Again, he's dug it in, back of a length. Hints of pace off the ball. It's Taylor at point running around doing a good piece of fielding, but unfortunately Tim Southee couldn't quite get the ball in his hands. I think he would have been safe anyway. A good piece of fielding nonetheless from Ross Taylor.
A very good partnership, 64-49. Hafiz once again pacing his innings beautifully, 30 of 20. Has taken a liking to Ish Sodhi in this T20 series. Hitting him for a couple of sixes in this knock as well. Big shot, will he beat the field? Not to be. Mid-wicket comes into play, so only a single. Good stuff from Southee.
Yeah, brilliant from Tim Southee. Again, bringing mid-on up into the ring, having his mid-off and mid-off on up in the 30-yard circle to Mohammad Hafiz. Mohamed Hafiz, I'm sure, would have been aware that that ball would probably be short. He's trying to find that gap between deep mid-wicket and deep square. Lockie Ferguson did a good job there at deep mid-wicket, saving the boundary.
Nice and full. Long on comes into play this time, so excellent over comes to an end. 95 for 1. Plenty of wickets in hand. It's a straight 6. It is a 6. Nice and flat. 100 comes up for Pakistan.
Babar Azam, he's getting in on the party now. He's got his milestone, his own personal milestone of passing the 1,000-run mark, the quickest in T20 internationals, and now he's helping himself to a beautiful 6 down the ground off Colin Munro.
Will it be another one? Yes! Great piece of timing. 2 out of 2 balls. Great stuff.
Yeah, fantastic power from Babar Azam. Holding himself in his crease, setting himself a nice base and just hitting through the line of the ball, straight over long on.
This he does so well. Couple of big shots, then the falls back on basic, which is to rotate the strike, take a single.
Great batsmanship, superb stuff. The 2 wonderful strikes to start the over for Pakistan and put Munro under pressure. Always tough as a bowler when you get hit for a boundary in your first couple of balls, let alone your first 2 balls, both getting hit for 6. Got to really make sure now from a New Zealand point of view that he closes this over out.
Big shot. It falls on the bounce to the fielders coming in. Glenn Phillips is quick, lightning fast, just couldn't get around that one. Babar Azam clearly looking to cut loose. 2 sixes and another big shot this time off a slow ball, and didn't have the full timing on it. Is this over the waistline? Umpires call it a genuine ball, and it's 112 for 1.
Well, it was a wonderful 50, and it's still going from Babar Azam. He needed 48 at the start of today to be the quickest player to 1,000 T20 international runs, beating Virat Kohli to that landmark. He's been in wonderful form all home summer for Pakistan, and he's still out there on 68 not out. Pakistan have just up the run rate, getting after the New Zealand bowlers. And now 112 for 1.
Lockie Ferguson with his last. Tidy 3 overs for just 18. Picked up the only wicket to fall as well. Welcome addition to this New Zealand lineup tonight. Pakistan in good shape, heading into the back end of this innings. Okay, they played well, haven't they?
They played really well. I mean, if you look at the first few overs, they bowled really well, the New Zealander. They just kept it very, very tight. And at one stage, it looked like that in the middle overs, we have seen in the past that runs don't come easy. But these 2 batsmen putting up a wonderful partnership.
Yeah, and you look at that bowling lineup there, and they've still got to find 2 overs from either Ish Sodhi, Colin Munro, Colin de Grandhomme. There's only 1 apiece left for Tim Southey and Seth Rance, who will bowl, you'd imagine, 19 and 20. But Sodhi, de Grandhomme, Munro, got to find 2 overs.
I think New Zealand would be better off going with Sodhi rather than going the non-regular bowler. At least he'll know what he's doing.
Oh, got fine. It's gone past Sodhi and away to the boundary for 4.
I think what Ferguson was trying to do is trying to bowl that slow bouncer, banged it into the pitch. The ball didn't come. Babar just went with the shot. He just swung his bat, got the inner part of the bat, didn't get the middle. But at the moment, they just take anything comes across. Fine leg up. There's always a boundary.
Good. He can't do much wrong at the moment. Babar Azam. Outstanding. Such a great 12 months.
It's amazing when you look at his T20 record, his one-day record, and when you look at his test record. Such a difference between the white ball and red ball. It's amazing with the white ball.
Chance. Oh, just short. He's charged in, Seth Rance. Couldn't quite get there, and in the end was in no man's land.
Well, Babar Azam, anything he's touching at the moment is turning into gold. This was another beautiful shot. Timing was there. The fielder coming under it, looking to catch that. Just decided to pull out very late. And there's gone another boundary for Pakistan. This game is slipping away from the New Zealanders. They need a wicket.
Leg side this time, it'll just be 1. He'll keep the strike. End of Lockie Ferguson's spell. 4 overs, 1 for 29. It's 123 for 1. Yeah, 3 apiece, Seth Rance, Tim Southey, and 2 each for de Grandhomme, Sodhi, and Munro. So that's where the other 2 overs have to come from. Going to go with Colin de Grandhomme. 2 overs for 18, so he's been slightly the better. Guessing they should go back to back. Go de Grandhomme now, and maybe Sodhi next over, and then try and let Rance and Southey finish things off in 19 or 20.
Well, with wickets in hand, you know, it's going to be hard to get away unless or until de Grandhomme pick up a wicket in the first couple of deliveries. Pakistan will be looking to go big against this over.
Big enough? No. Southey takes the catch. Good running catch from Tim Southey. The end of Babar Azam's innings. It's been a fine innings, but it's taken a good catch to dismiss him.
Yeah, wonderful inning, without a doubt. But couldn't really get hold of it. The ball was there. I think they couldn't really get the middle of the bat. Just bat sort of swirling in the hand. An easy catch. He's got such a good hand, Tim Southey. But what a wonderful knock. A man getting his fastest 1,000 runs in T20 cricket. He's gone for 79. It's 1, 2, 3 for 2 Pakistan.
1, 2, 3, 4, 2. Pakistan now. De Grandhomme picked up a crucial wicket. Pakistan can afford to be quite aggressive from this moment on, with wickets in hand and plenty of power to come. Fantastic 79 from Babar Azam. Just an off-pace delivery, Waqar, and he just got the bottom corner of the bat. Good catch, Southey.
Yeah, New Zealanders were looking for that wicket. Otherwise, this was slipping away from them. Things were getting very easy for Pakistan. This wicket will probably make them breathe a little bit better. They can maybe come out with a couple of dot deliveries to Shoaib Malik, who'll probably be still searching for the pace or looking for the pace. What sort of pace the ball coming at? They can maybe sneak in this next few deliveries.
Oh dear, poor. He'll be disappointed with that, Colin de Grandhomme. It's a freebie for the new batsman.
Yeah, that's not a really good start from de Grandhomme to Shoaib Malik. I was expecting a lot better effort. No need to just bang it in. You don't really have that pace to threaten any batsman. Pitch it up. Shoaib Malik, so much experience, not going to miss out. Now on the other side, same delivery, a room outside the off stump. Shoaib Malik, excellent start. You can't ask for better.
Try the off speed, the slower delivery on this occasion. Still short. Waited and waited and knocked it on its head down through that vacant third man region. And he showed him nothing he could do about that.
Yeah, bringing in the fine leg. Is pushed mid-off, mid-on. Deep point right on the boundary.
Should be out. Not timed. Should be out and dropped. No. Not their best night. Glenn Phillips on this occasion. They have been so good in the first couple of games, but that is untidy.
Yeah, it's not the day for New Zealand. Shoaib Malik came frame of mind that he's going to go after them. Opportunity there. Phillips, normally wonderful hands. He had enough time to get under it. He got under it comfortably, but missed it.
I like it though from Shoaib Malik's point of view. It's very selfless as far as the team's concerned. He knows there's power to come, so he just wants to continue to push that button. The drop catch. 17 overs have been bowled here. Phillips drops this one. Score is 135 for 2 with 3 to go.
Well, after picking up a wicket in the last over, still very expensive over. Gone for 12. 135 for 2, 3 overs remaining. Anything over 150 we have seen, it becomes a hard work. It's not easy to defend, and Pakistan is on the park to get that.
Yeah, and Kane Williamson deciding to go with Seth Rance. Still needs one more over from Sodhi, de Grandhomme or Munro. Rance with 1 and Southey with 1. Definitely bowl out. He's very good. Back into the side tonight. 3 overs for 13. Seth Rance, can he finish it off? Gets that Yorker spot on.
Yeah, he was wonderful with the new ball. He swung it, he bowled those beautiful Yorkers, and straight on the money as he comes back for this second spell.
Full toss. Oh, that's a lovely piece of timing. Vacant in that area, and Hafiz picks up a boundary.
Well, the length was not bad. It's just that he's given a little bit of room to Hafiz to free his arms. He's deep in his crease, and all he needed to just time it. He didn't try to hit it hard. He's in such a good form. There you go. Nice and easy, comfortable.
Yeah, we did a little segment prior to play with James Franklin. He talked exactly about that, getting deep in the crease. And you saw how far Hafiz's foot was back, probably only about 4 or 5 inches from the stumps when he played that shot. No timing on this occasion.
That's a modern way of playing, especially when you're into the slog overs, when you're looking to go big. Just go deep, and then just your weight should be coming forward as you're hitting the ball. Nice. They spend a lot of time working on this. They spend a lot of time practicing that shot.
Slower. Oh, can't get it past. Good work, Lockie Ferguson. Big quick bowler down.
Well, this pitch has played really well. I mean, considering there's a second game on the same pitch, it's played quite nicely. There was a slow delivery. Nicely fielded, the short third man. No real spin I've seen so far from Sodhi also. Normally a leg spinner do get a little bit of purchase out of the surface, but nothing. He's definitely watered it yesterday and rolled it.
And to be a little bit innovative, can't get it away, so just a leg by. 1 ball remaining for Seth Rance. It's been outstanding. He can finish it off from a New Zealand point of view. And a good night. Started with the new ball, been tidy, just 8 runs, which is acceptable in the back end of the innings.
Well, it's more than acceptable. I think so far in this over, he's done really well.
Chance, no, bounces short of Chapman, so it'll be a couple. Good work out in the deep. 10 runs from the over, and with 2 to go, Pakistan 145 for 2.
Well, New Zealand, a mixed bag when you talk about the fielding. They have dropped a catch, a couple of misfields, but the odd time they were wonderful. They just stopped good boundaries. But what a spell from this man, brought in for the last game. Seth Rance bowled beautifully.
Well, it's down to Colin de Grandhomme. Picked up the wicket of Babar Azam in the last over. Still went for 12 runs. Got to bowl 1 more, and then Tim Southee will finish things off for New Zealand. And Pakistan, well, are in search now of around about 160 or more. Oh, very nice. That is so clever. He's good to watch at the moment, Mohammad Hafiz.
Definitely more, Dooley. Pakistan will be eyeing at 170 or maybe more than that, because the way Hafiz is hitting the ball, his timing is beautiful. Getting to the pitch beautifully and just opening the face of the bat. Great balance.
The onside will just be 1 as the 150 comes up, with 10 balls remaining.
Four sixes, 13 fours in that 150.
Oh, wait, and then put it away.
I think he hit the ball on the way down. The ball was coming on the way down when he just scooped it up. That's the first thing I've seen something like that. Wasn't a bad delivery, I would say, because he was banged it in. Look at Malik. Malik was ready to hit it once, twice, and on the way down, the ball was coming downward when he hit it. It's a bit like tennis ball cricket we used to play in a childhood.
This one might be out. This one might be out, and it will be. Lockie Ferguson takes the catch, but it's been a very good innings. Very selfless innings from Shoaib Malik.
Yeah, short. Very short innings, but very fruitful. 19 of 8 deliveries. Pakistan needed that momentum, and he gave it very nicely. Ball spun a little bit. It was a slow delivery and easy catch. He wanted to go over mid-wicket and went straight into the hands of the man in deep square. Shoaib Malik gone for 19. Is 154 for 3 Pakistan.
The batsman cross, so Asif Ali is not on strike. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh, that one again, please.
Well, the calculation of the captain went wrong, I believe. De Grandhomme bowling the 19th over. Not really sure if he's that good a bowler to be bowling the 19th over. Easy catch there by Ferguson.
Yeah, it was down to Ish Sodhi. I think De Grandhomme and Munro would generally only bowl 4 overs between them. But because Pakistan have been aggressive and gone after Ish Sodhi, Williamson felt that they couldn't do it. Couldn't bowl Sodhi. He's only bowled 2 overs, gone for 22. He's asked Colin de Grandhomme to finish things off, and it just hasn't quite worked out. Gets that one right, though. Manages to finish the over off with a dot. 1 to go, 156 for 3. One over remaining. It'll be bowled by Tim Southey. Hafiz has been outstanding. Babar Azam was brilliant tonight. Shoaib Malik 19 from 9, the last man out.
Well, New Zealand need a really good over here, because once the score goes past 160, 165, it's going to be tough on these slow pitches, with especially Pakistan having a couple of spinners there.
Southey looking to bowl wide of off stump. About there. Brilliant, brilliant. The only issue with setting that field, not quite executing it, is it does tell the batsman exactly where you want to bowl. That's brilliant from Hafiz.
Yeah, wonderful. He's in such a good form. He's not going to really miss out on those. He knew exactly where Southey's going to bowl. With also third man inside the circle. He's got a wide-ish third man also, but he's got a massive gap. So either side of the pitch, full-length delivery, Hafiz will be targeting him, both sides of the pitch.
Does have the option of the slower ball as well. That one right, and that'll be a half century for Hafiz. Of 32 deliveries, his 10th T20 International 50.
Mrs. Hafiz is happy. Yeah, well-deserved 50. Played really well. He's been playing extraordinary cricket since his return back into Pakistan team. He came into Test match. He scored 100. And then in 2020s, he's getting runs on regular basis. Run-out opportunity. Missed the stumps by quite a bit of distance. Dooley.
See the keepers so often in this situation get their glove off really quickly. And Seifert deciding no, keep them on. Yeah, Hafiz's last 6 innings averages 79, a strike rate of 138 in T20Is. Talk about brilliance. 3 against Australia, 3 against New Zealand. 2 more here.
I'm not really sure about this field position because the square leg man is more of like a mid-wicket. There's a massive gap. And with Tim Southee's pace, which is not brisk, is not that quick to sort of beat the bat outside the off stump. So he's got to do something different. Maybe bring that mid-wicket fielder more finer.
It's gone straight to him. It's always the way, isn't it? Just prove you're wrong. Just because they can. So he's definitely telegraphing what he's trying to do, which, again, I don't mind. I mean, it can, as long as you've got a plan, a set plan, if you execute it, it's fine. If he gets those Yorkers spot on outside off stump, he will hope that the batsman has to play a great shot, which Hafiz did first ball of the over. But barring that, it's been 1-1-2-1. Which is so good in the last over of a T20 game. Needs to finish it off now. The last ball of the innings. Deep in the crease and outside off. Yeah, executes it well. Very good from Tim Southee to finish. 10 from the over, 166 for 3. Pakistan outstanding in their 20 overs tonight. Looking to wrap this series up 3-0. And they've done the best possible thing to make sure that happens. They need to back it up with the ball now for New Zealand. It'll be a very tough chase.
Pakistan scored 54 in the last 6 overs. 5 overs, beg your pardon. So they've been outstanding. 8.30 is the run rate which New Zealand will be looking to chase. It hasn't happened in the last couple of weeks when New Zealand and Australia playing. So it's going to be a stiff task. It's not going to be easy for the New Zealander to chase down 167. But they have got the sources, they have got players who can do that.
Some players may play for just the strike rate. He comes across as someone who likes to do that. Obviously, he's got plenty of runs to show and confirm his class. Right, time to play. Noimad Wasim with the new ball. It's Hafiz starting the opening burst.
I'd just love to see Glenn. I know it's hard for Glenn Phillips because he's under the pump. He hasn't performed. He struggled in the first couple of games, and even at international level, he has struggled. Love to see him be aggressive. Use your feet, go down the wicket to the off spinner, mid-off and mid-on or up inside the circle, hit him back over the top, get things going, help Colin Munro out.
Yeah, I think New Zealand would want force from both ends. Just can't leave it to Munro really to go hammer and tongs. But he's brilliant against the left-handers. His record is incredible, Hafiz's. Got him in the last game as well. He's not a big spinner of the ball, but he keeps it nice and tight. Every now and then he'll get a bit of drift, a bit of spin. This is how did it. Unlucky, but still a left-hander falling to his guile.
Yeah, he just cramps them for room, doesn't he? He's around the wicket. He bowls such a tidy line and very rarely gives you anything full enough to just hit down the ground. You've got to go at him if you're going to get underneath it and hit down the ground. So just good control. That's why I think with no turn and a brand new ball, Phillips is the better option to go downtown.
Will he?
Oh, Bobby! Oh.
Works it into the gap.
Standing, boys.
This is a bowling change used primarily to get Munro out, because Pakistan know how deadly he can be. The top spinner ball coming back with the angle, not spinning it across. It's a decent start, just 4 on the board for New Zealand after over number 1. A lot of Pakistani fans, about 99.9%. Baim Ashraf has got the new ball. He's slippery, he's quick arm action, and is pretty accurate. Makes you hurry.
Well, just got bases covered, Pakistan, as far as their bowlers are concerned. I think no surprise that they are number 1 in the world in T20 cricket. They can bring Usman Khan Shinwari into the side, a debut tonight for Waqas Maksud. And they can leave the likes of Hassan Ali out of their side.
Ball and bang on target. Munro there going across the line, and he's dismissed. Big wicket for Pakistan.
Yeah, well bowled, hitting the top of the stumps. Unfortunately for Colin Munro, he's been the only one that has been able to set the tone from a New Zealand point of view. He feels all the pressure. Just played at a ball that probably was a little bit too close to him. Rattled the top of middle stump. Couldn't free those arms. It was good tight bowling. Second up from Fahim Ashraf, and New Zealand's danger man Munro goes early tonight. Out for 2, 4 for 1.
No captain in at number 3. It's Colin de Grandhomme, 32 years of age, so it's changing a little bit New Zealand with the batting options. Very good strike rate of 142.
Yeah, powerful striker, Colin de Grandhomme. It's tight. We saw how New Zealand bowled to Fakhar Zaman tonight. Very similar options to Colin Munro. Got to be nice and tight in. Didn't allow him to free those arms, so really good bowling. It's also about Colin Munro knowing that he is the only man that can create, or has been creating, a strike rate at the top of the order. So he knows he's under pressure because his mate at the other end hasn't helped him out.
And caught at cover. Is it? Fell short, I think. Imad Wasim there not claiming the catch. Once again, quick ball from Fahim Ashraf.
Yeah, just bounced short, Ramiz. Only just. It was a leading edge, I think. It was. Just didn't quite get in. You'll see it bounce just short there and up into the hands.
Very good start from Fahim Ashraf. Just a single and a wicket.
For a moment here, I think there was a run out on. Well, into Grandom. Slipped. Comfortable for a while, and then no, he was okay, but the old boots went, got stuck in the pitch.
Should be more at home against pace. Glenn Phillips is on strike. Goes over the infield. There's a blocker there at deep backward square leg. Asif Ali is the fielder. 6 for 1 New Zealand after 2.
A terrific over. Just the 2 runs coming from that one. So spot on from Pakistan right from get-go.
New Zealand losing the big wicket of Munro for just 2. Ball by Fahim Ashraf. Pakistan 6 without a wicket after 2. New Zealand 6 for 1. It was a lethargic sort of a beginning by Pakistan with the bat, but then they warmed up to the task and amped it up right. Imad Wasim is back on view. Should consider himself lucky because it was beautifully timed. Went straight to the fielder. Oh, that's well fielded. Couldn't find the gap on this occasion as well.
It's fraught with danger, that, isn't it? That going across the line to Ahmad Wasim. We've talked about it so often. His release point is so close. It's almost over the top of his right ear, isn't it? So everything is so straight and hitting the stumps almost on every occasion.
A little bit slow this time. Couldn't get the timing on this one. So many teams would be envious of Pakistan's bowling spread and resources. Pakistan starting with Hafiz because he's so powerful and good against left-handers. Once Munro was removed from the scene, you've got Imad Wasim coming on to bowl straight away and bowling out oppositions. Become a bit of a habit for them. 30 times they've bowled out oppositions in T20 cricket, which is phenomenal. Close enough, missing the leg stump, I think, going down the leg side.
Yeah, just that angle. Rushed on to de Grandhomme. No turn, you can already see middle and leg stump, so would have been missing just.
Down the leg side, given as a wide. Gets it into the gap, will get a boundary. First boundary for New Zealand in this innings. Took a bit of time, but it has finally come.
Yeah, that's nice. So rather that with a straight bat when it's clipped away, swinging around down leg, try to work it away rather than the sweep shot when you get yourself in trouble. Don't mind that from de Grandhomme.
Down the ground, it's fielded at mid-off. Fielding has so far looked pretty decent and sharp. 13 for 1, New Zealand. One down for 13, New Zealand. We've seen Babar Azam to do the basics well. I think Sarfraz is very keen to have the same theme going through the bowling department as well. You won't see a lot of changes being made, so Fahim Ashraf will come, and if he's bowling well, he'll give him 2-3 overs on the trot.
Chance, yeah, oh dear, direct hit. Ramiz could be close.
Sarfraz appealed quite hard. Are they going to ask the third umpire? Yes, I think there'll be a bit of a consultation regarding this. Shinwari with a direct hit. We know these direct hits could be tricky. I think he's gone. I think this is like extremely close.
He's worried about the ball here, Colin de Grandhomme. Look, he's shying away and worried about the ball. Now, is there a little bit of bat over the line? I don't think so. There we go. This will be a little bit better. Bales up now. Bales up now. Is there anything? Is that over the line or not? Come on, Ramiz. I'm not going to call it.
I think the bails are out of the groove slightly when the bat is on the crease, and so just a half a frame of difference between existing and being perished.
Out.
You give
That's
it out.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but if I'm up in the third umpire's chair, I'm going to give that out. Even the one before that. Look, the bails are out of the spigots. The spigots are out of the grooves. That one there. They're out of the grooves there.
Yeah, I think he'll get the red light. It's out. A very impressive batsman, Ken Williamson, but of late his record in T20 is low. It's not great. 54 matches, strike rate of 119. A natural against spin, very good against spin, uses his wrist, uses his feet. Should he not be opening the innings for New Zealand, Dooley?
Without Martin Guptill here, yes, that would be my preferred option. He's such a good player, Kane Williamson, and I've said it on a few occasions prior to this that he's not opening the batting. I'm not sure I would be having him around, but this is a brilliant bit of work. Attack the ball. Look at de Grandhomme there. He's worried about getting hit. All he's worried about is he's not worried about getting back in his crease. He's worried about getting hit. And therefore, The head's going away, so he can't fully outstretch. If he dives, he's home comfortably. But he's so worried about getting hit by the ball from the throw that he's cost himself his wicket.
Yeah, that is exactly right. The proverbial price on your scalp, price on your wicket, and you didn't put one on.
Yeah, it's interesting with Kane Williamson, as I say. I mean, he's such a world-class player and in all formats, but more so at the domestic level in 2020. He was unbelievable in the IPL earlier this year. 735 runs in IPL, opening the batting, Ramiz.
And why wouldn't you do that here for New Zealand? I mean, that should have been a very natural way of handling things. Got to have used that form into this series.
Yeah, without Martin Guptill in the side, I just think he would be a nice foil for Colin Munro at the top of the order. Turns the strike over well. We know he can play spin or seam, so it doesn't matter what Pakistan used to open the bowling with. Williamson's very adept at playing both, and he can just work the ball around and be a really good foil for Colin Munro.
Into the gap and runs for the skipper, 4 runs. Once that ball goes into the gap, every likelihood that he'll hit the fence. 2 down for 17, New Zealand. Just waiting on it. Fine leg up in the circle, so it was an easy shot to execute on the pads. Fahim Ashraf ever so slightly losing his line and paying the price.
That's the one thing you know about Williamson. He will not miss out on an opportunity to pick up a boundary or score runs because he's that good a player.
Not been a good beginning by New Zealand. Losing wickets in the first 6 is never advisable. 2 down in the first 4 overs. With the speed with which he bowls, he obviously uses his field perfectly, the straight fielders at mid-off and long on. And he's so accurate, so you've got to take a chance, and so it is so risky playing him across the line.
Yeah, and again, it shouldn't be up to Kane Williamson here to be taking these risks. It's Glenn Phillips' job. All he's doing is putting pressure on guys at the other end at the moment.
Extremely accurate. That graphic there confirming the view that 44% of the times he's hitting the stumps. It's quite remarkable.
There wouldn't be anyone better. There wouldn't be a better bowler in world cricket at the moment. I'm sure Hawkeye can tell us. Almost half your deliveries hitting the stumps.
I think it's the top 10 performers in T20 rankings. Up there with the best. So easy to set a field when he's bowling also. Difficult to hit him inside out through the offside, and so you've got to be an excellent player of spin bowling to take him on. Required rate 9.69. Asking the fielders to come from the edge of the circle, Sarfraz. They've been good with the direct hits, but a single taken, a quick one, and New Zealand, after 5 overs, 21 for 2.
Kiwis under the pump here a little in terms of losing the openers, in terms of those that are going to get on with it a bit there. Munro, Shinwari. Well, that's a useful looking shot. Kane Williamson. Yeah, talking about the two opens. I mean the two Collins, Bazid Khan, the two Collins in and out. Not really troubling the scorers, and now they're 22 for 2. Of course, the asking rate was 8.35 at the get-go. Now it's actually getting closer to 10s. A bit of work to do.
Need to get a shift on. But it'll be tough. Shinwari will angle the ball away. He's got quite a bit of pace about him, quite slippery. Hustles the batsman.
Oh, like that.
BK. Exactly like that. That one just coming back in slightly. Doesn't do that very often, but just hit the seam and it's fizzed back in. Beating for pace. Cut him in half.
The bowlers love that, as you know, Bazid Khan. Rid of the keeper. A bit of zip. Quicker than you think. Just going to the danger end, so you get a wriggle on, did Phillips, and did well. You don't want to go crazy, but this is the end of the power play. There's only half of it left. The odd one's got to disappear, you'd think. So Ahmad was seen a little bit later into the proceedings, but still within the power play. Now Shinwari getting a crack, getting an opportunity. With the series all wrapped up already, 2-0. They're looking for 3-0. Hence the ability to rest a couple of quicks. Sarfraz Ahmed and co can do that. A lefty for a lefty. Back goes Shaheen Afridi, and comes Shinwari. Hassan Ali, take a blow, brother. Relax. To bring in the rest of the squad, as New Zealand have done here. Mark Chapman's getting a go too. Just the first 2 matches. And Lockie Cameron, Ferguson. It's Lockie Cameron Ferguson. So Lockie Ferguson gets a go.
But for different reasons, Pakistan obviously affording to be able to rest these players. Nice little shot. That's the option. Fine leg in the circle. Use the pace on offer. Williamson very good at that. Deft touch. Scoops it over. Shot fine and gets a boundary.
Yeah, desperately needed by the tourists. Courtesy of the captain, Kane Williamson. Lovely little touch. Knew the man at fine leg was up, just helped it. Third man's back, and the man on that pickup at deep backward square, 2 men out only. Last ball of the power play. This one skids on as well. He's going to keep the strike. Is Williamson. So we've had the power play, 28 for 2. Couple of wickets in the power play only, Baz. And that wasn't bad from Fahim.
Fahim Ashraf with that new ball. Very straight. Again, somebody who's quicker than he actually looks. Monroe trying to hoik this on the leg side. This one, Holland gone home. A bit lazy getting back. Shinwari with that direct hit. And a very close run out call.
Well, the power play over, and the comparisons there, you had Pakistan, they were 1 for 33 in their first 6 overs, so New Zealand slightly down, and of course that extra wicket as well. But knowing what they need 139 off 84, and it's fractionally, let's call it tens, it's just under. And Williamson at the crease. Baz.
Pakistan were able to up the ante. New Zealand had to get their 5th and 6th bowler on, and Pakistan were able to do that. They attacked the leg spin of Ish Sodhi as well. Whereas now with the bowling unit, Pakistan obviously have Hafiz as that all-rounder. They've got Shadab yet to bowl. So they've got plenty of option in the spin department to stifle New Zealand. And Pakistan do this very well. We've seen them do this in the T20s. After the power play, they get the spinners on. They work in tandem. They go quickly. Overs are gone in a jiff. And they apply the pressure back onto the batting side.
It just shows you when you're consistent and confident, it's a different world when you're winning. Those in green have been enjoying a wonderful time of it in this form of the game. 7 consecutive series. Then you want to throw in railroading the Aussies 3-zip, and it's looking like this is a possibility to win 3-zip here tonight. Maybe Phillips and Williamson will have something to say about that. And it'll be nice to, wouldn't it, Baz? 2-1 for you.
You know it. But it is the conditions. But Pakistan overall in T20 have been so good, and it's largely because of that varied bowling attack.
Oh, he's missed out there. Missed out big, Kane Williamson. 7 done, 32 for 2. That next phase, that's 7 to 15. And sometimes when you talk about 7 to 10, where you can lose your way as a batting side. Sometimes done really well in the power play, and all of a sudden the ball just starting to get that little bit older, and particularly in these sort of conditions in a pitch that's this dry. Here's Maqsood. In terms of age, same as young Seth Rance. Other side of 30. And there he is, but different haircut, as you're pointing out, Bazard Khan. Thank you so much. That's in the air for a little. His birthday today. 31 today, I've just been told. Well done. Maqsood, congrats to you, young man.
Azhar Mahmood giving him the cap on his birthday. First player Pakistan to debut on his birthday in T20I. Any player. It's just been corrected vigorously.
On the charge, the skipper like it.
Left armour, he's not that sharp, but he's got a lot of wickets with the new ball. He gets the ball to swing back in a long way, but this is a different role. Comes in the 8th over. There won't be a lot of swing, so he'll rely on his variations.
Bit of whippage from Kane Williamson. Nice wrist work from the Kiwi captain. It's another boundary for him.
Yeah, just going down the leg. Okas missing his length, missing his line more or less. Down the leg side, helped on its way. Fine leg was pretty square, and it ended up 4 down to that region.
Little inside out and over the top. Didn't quite get a good chunk of it, but enough to feel safe. So he's going to get a couple. 7 off, 4. And that asking rate just climbing a bit more. There you go, Baz. Islamabad United. Bit of you, isn't it?
Didn't play, was picked as a replacement player, leading wicket taker in the Pakistan Cup, one-day cup. And first player in T20I history to make a debut on his birthday.
If you'll wear that cake in the dressing room afterwards, it's quite a cultural thing, isn't it? The subcontinent, smear cake all over your face and give it a heave. There's another boundary to Kane Williamson. He's 4th.
Picked the gap, deep square and deep fine leg. Picked it perfectly, bisected that gap. Bit of bottom hand into it, flicks it over. Boundary for Kane Williamson. Waqas Maqsood just straying on his pads, paying the price.
We go, change of pace, and no. Kano, take a bow with that. Jeez, that's good to watch. 15 off, 47 for 2 after 8. Now he went seam up again with the debutant, Maqsood. Yeah, signature stroke, Williamson. Pretty to watch. Faheen, he's the wicket taker, and of course the run out of the other Colin. Time for Shadab Khan to proceedings. It's a young wrist spinner that is very exciting, particularly this format. Youngster. Yeah, very, very good economy. Pretty useful. Best of too, just quietly. Williamson 28, Phillips 11. Williamson has dominated the strike. And it's over to you, Glenn Phillips.
Yeah, it's time Glenn Phillips got to move on as well, because quite run it over 10s. Difficult with the leg spinner bowling. He's got all the variations, got that googly, so you have to pick him and then try attack him. But New Zealand have no other option right now. Need a boundary almost every over. And this man is struggled in this series, but 50 comes up. He needs to get that strike rate up.
For 2, the moment. It's cutting it. Lovely late hands and gonna run away. Oh, it sure is. Wonderful batsmanship there from Kane Williamson. Fakhar Zaman, no chance.
Gorgeous. That's a classy shot from Kane Williamson. Just ease that past short third man. Batsmanship at its best.
Oh, Fakhar Zaman, there's no need. Going for 4 anyway. Would have been nasty. Short and pumped. Cuts off 4. Babar Azam gets in the way. So after 9, the Kiwis are 56 for 2 now.
अच्छे बॉल कर वहां क्यों जाएगी बॉल वो तो बैट बॉल जाएगा
Yeah, tough going when you lose a couple of wickets early. That's what's happened to New Zealand inside the power play. And some taller buildings in black. It's more of a mud.
Taller buildings, and Glenn Phillips has to climb them. 12 of just 17. He just needs to twist.
Oh, chalk it up. Oh, hello. Players have been hitting the sticks tonight. I can recall Tim Southey direct with 3. But this one was off the QN for Phillips.
QN and Babar Azam pick up, throw, hits the stumps, but this time well home. But very accurate with the throwing.
Beautiful wrist work. And he's opened up that offside as only Kane can do.
Fantastic. Classy shot through the offside. Picked the gap, the ball coming onto the bat, but he's made room. Got that snap of the wrist and made sure that he hit it past extra cover.
So sweetly timed.
Oh, yeah, get out!
Goes a little more agricultural here. It's not quite Kane Williamson. No damage done though.
The partnership is 48 and Williamson's got 39 off it. And all the pressure on him. He's batting beautifully, but he needs support. He needs Phillips to get some boundaries going.
The field's gone a little finer on the offside in terms of behind square. He decides to go big on the onside. Big! Oh, you betcha. 50 partnership with these two. Williamson, 45 from 28.
What is he on? Williamson, batting like a dream. He's timed that 80 meters. And this man is on fire. Really batting superbly, keeping the Kiwis in the hunt.
9 runs to Glenn Phillips in that 50 partnership. Oh, We've had 10, and the Kiwis are 68 for 2. It's up in the air and a massive 6. 50 comes up for Williamson. He's playing a blinder. Excellent against spin and showcasing his talent and quality. What a shot that is.
Yeah, it's been fantastic from Kane Williamson in the last few overs. Much needed from New Zealand. He's a wonderful player of spin, using his feet gorgeously and hitting straight down the ground for 6.
Got his 950, Williamson. Well, the tempo is set. They've got wickets in hand. Williamson is in form and he's intelligent enough to really carry on. Lovely use of the feet. We saw Hafiz do that to Sodhi. This isn't a bad shot at all. Goes straight downtown for 4. Excellent batting. More like it.
Yeah, well, Kane Williamson's going to need some help from a New Zealand point of view. It's imperative that Glenn Phillips and the rest to come really help Kane Williamson out. He's been out there for a while now, Glenn Phillips. Hopefully that's the catalyst from a New Zealand point of view to really kickstart his innings.
Feeding off on Williamson's aggression, gets it into the gap, at least 2. Asif Ali is on the slow side, just a little bit. Wild return in. Pressure just building up a little on Pakistan.
Yeah, the last couple of overs for New Zealand have been brilliant. They've got the run rate down around about 9 runs required now for the rest of the innings, which is good news for New Zealand.
Quicker, that's hit along the ground for a run. Big over for New Zealand. It's not finished yet. Ball to be bowled. 14 runs so far. 6, 4, 2, 1, 1. "51 runs in last 24 balls. That's massive going by New Zealand. 83 for 2. At one stage, New Zealand were requiring 10 and over. Now it's dropped down to 9.33. So the last few overs have certainly helped to lower the temperature for New Zealand. 84 off 54. Now he bowled superb first over. 2 dots, none for 7. Shinwari, left arm. Into the gap for runs. It's another boundary. Silky touch from Williamson.
Yeah, superb placement from Kane Williamson. He looks in great touch tonight. Just using the angle and pace of the left arm Shinwari. Wide of third man. He's a class act, Williamson. Just helping the ball on its way. Another boundary for New Zealand. Now this partnership is really ticking along nicely for New Zealand.
Changing the angle, bowling from round the stumps now. Looking to bowl as straight as possible. Wicket to wicket. Covers the stumps. Looks invincible right now, Williamson. One-man army. Demolition Act is on as far as he's concerned. 59 of 34 balls.
Absolutely, Ramiz. Shinwari now coming round the wicket to the left hand, to the right hand Williamson. And it really opens up the short leg side. He's coming around the wicket, angling it into the leg stump of the right-handers. To the right of our screen is the short side of the ground. Opens up that opportunity to perhaps hit boundaries there. A bit easier than the left-hand side of the screen.
Gone for the appeal, he's convinced. They can take a review. Now he's asking his skipper. He's not convinced. The impact outside the off stump, I think.
Always hard with the angle of coming around the wicket. Either sometimes hitting outside the line of off stump or going down the leg side. Just looked as though it struck him outside the line of off stump. It's what saved Glenn Phillips. Get hit outside the line of off stump. You can't get out LBW.
He scored 31 off last 13 balls, Williamson. Edge on the bounce to the keeper. He's looking to whack everything out of the park.
Well, you can just really notice the tempo of the New Zealand batsmen over the course of the last 3 or 4 overs. They're moving around the crease a lot laterally, going deep in the crease, really looking to put pressure on the Pakistan bowlers, and they really had no choice. The run rate had got up to 10.5 runs and over with 11 overs to go. Now they've got it down to 9.36 with 8.2 overs left. So they're now giving themselves a chance to have a really good crack at chasing down this Pakistan total.
The progression of his innings just been in great touch right throughout this knock. A natural batsman against spin, so that is why Shadab Khan was destroyed by him. 2 overs, he's gone for plenty. 2 overs for Shadab for 24 runs. Haven't seen change of pace from Shinwari. I think you've got to do that against somebody who is dead set on hitting you out of the park.
Yeah, absolutely. It's important, particularly on these slower surfaces. Do change the pace as often as you can. Not too often. You don't want to become too predictable. But probably at least 2 or 3 balls and over as a pacer. Change it up. Will be interesting to see is this following over after Shinwari completes his over here with his delivery, whether or not Sarfraz Ahmed keeps going with Shadab Khan, who really has been his go-to bowler throughout this last year.
That's a big shot. That's gone flat for 6. Excellent timing from Phillips. Well, the charge is on, and what a charge it has been in the last few overs. New Zealand, well, inching towards a great win here, 96 for 2.
Finally, we've been waiting for it from Glenn Phillips. Deep in his crease, on pace ball from Shinwari, and a beautiful strike from Glenn Phillips. High and wide over wide, long on. Kane Williamson has certainly helped out his younger partner Glenn Phillips. And now Phillips is making his move.
almost going at 13 and over in the last 5. Pakistan now need to uncouple the 283-run partnership. It's Shadab who is on, so he'll vary the pace. He'll look to spin, look for those wrong ones as well. Very good under pressure, Shadab. That's gone for not 6, but this is taken by Babar Azam. He's a good fielder, so Shadab does it for Pakistan. He's a wicket taker and a partnership breaker.
Yeah, well, where New Zealand and Kane Williamson didn't back his premier spinner, Ish Sodhi, Sarfraz Ahmed has backed his. Shadab Khan has been put to the sword for his first 2 overs, but in his 3rd over, he's got the vital breakthrough for Pakistan. Kane Williamson has been brilliant throughout tonight. Just 1 shot too far. He tried to take on the long on boundary. Unfortunately, he got out. He's gone for 60. New Zealand now 96 for 3.
Is a left-hander. He is Mark Chapman, 24 years old in best of 63 with a decent striker of 114. Late-link career. Average of 23. He needs to get cracking straight away. Required rate 9.26. This is a very good delivery from Shadab, just flighting a little bit more. Took a bit of risk. And he's off the mark straight away.
It was a much needed wicket for Pakistan. It's a good catch down a long on.
Cleaned him up. Shadab Khan amongst wickets. He's been in awesome form in T20s. Glenn Phillips spent a lot of time Ross Taylor, 84 matches, plenty of experience. He hits the ball extremely hard. 121 is his strike rate. We've got to talk about strike rate here because the required rate is 9.5. Shadab, 2 wickets in this over. 27 wickets is picked up this season. Most by any Pakistani in T20. So we saw a record today set by Babar Azam for being the quickest 2000 T20s, and he hasn't done too badly as well, Shadab. Pakistan have bowled out teams 30 times in T20 internationals, the most by any side. So a lot of good things to talk about Pakistan regarding T20.
Well, it would have been easy for Sarfraz Ahmed not to bowl Shadab Khan this over. First 2 overs went for 24, but he's backed him and he's repaid his captain by getting 2 huge wickets for Pakistan this over.
Oh!
Whereas New Zealand used Ish Sodhi only for 2 overs. He was hit, tonked, and then he was taken off the attack and never reintroduced. I think that is where Pakistan was so good. Quicker through the air, is very good with the top spinner. Bit of an inside edge also helped his cause. The brilliant comeback by the young leggy. It's 98 for 4.
Shadab Khan, he's been in fine form throughout this year. It's most wickets in the calendar year in T20 internationals for a Pakistan bowler. He's taken 27 wickets in 19 matches. A great economy at 6.68. Fantastic effort from him. And he's made 2 huge breakthroughs for Pakistan tonight.
Imad Wasim has not been bad as well. Had a big layoff because he was injured, so came back against Australia and showed his class. Picked up consecutive man of the match awards against the Aussies.
Nice feet from Taylor, getting down to the pitch of the ball. Wants to take away the LBW threat. Get out to the pitch. Get busy, get off strike. Give it to his left-hander.
Strike rates tonight, Williamson. Goodness gracious. The rest of batsmen 99.2. Williamson on his own was doing the demolishing act. Got out just at the wrong time, but he is taking a lot of risks. Trying to find the fence almost of every ball. Miscued one, it's taken at long on.
Crucial aspect, and we can see from that graphic, was that Kane Williamson created strike rate. So he's taking a little bit of pressure now off the back end of this innings for New Zealand. They still have to go at 10 runs and over, but if he didn't do what he did, that run rate could be well up around 13 or 14 runs required at the moment.
That's a strong hit. Will he find the boundary? That's well stopped. It's Shoaib Malik. Still extremely quick, fit. Some say this can be dangerous, but I thought he got there and did it out of will. I think he wanted to stop it with his boot. Bit of Messi work. That is Lionel Messi work. A little bit wide, trying to keep him off his radar. He's a clever bowler, Imad. Usually goes flat when the ball is new, and when he comes on to bowl in his other spells, he flights it, varies it. Almost was a wide one. Down the leg side, quicker ball. He saw the batsman coming out of the crease. Sarfraz is pretty convinced. And if it goes in favor of Pakistan, this was beautifully telegraphed. Bowler and the skipper.
Yeah, brilliant piece of bowling from Imad Wasim. Saw Chapman was coming down at him. Fired the ball down the leg side. Looks as though he's struggling. And yep, Mark Chapman will be on his way. Sure we'll get confirmation from the third umpire. Nice piece of work as well from Sarfraz Ahmed. Never easy for a keeper down the leg side, particularly when he gets blinded from the batsman. Mark Chapman has to go. And unfortunately, New Zealand have lost their 3rd wicket inside 2 overs. They're now 4 down for 103. Mark Chapman has to leave, and he's gone for 2. New Zealand 103 for 5.
Tim Seifert, 23 years of age. Very impressive strike rate of 142. Got him straight away. Quicker ball. Playing him off the back foot is deadly dangerous, and he's done him in with a quicker ball.
And just like that, Pakistan take total control of this game. 2 overs ago, we felt New Zealand were back in it. Now, through Shadab Khan and Ahmad Wasim, they've taken 4 wickets in 2 overs. Ahmad Wasim, Shadab Khan, 2 world-class operators in this format of the game. From Seifert, he comes and he goes pretty quickly. He's gone for a golden duck. New Zealand now 103 for 6.
New Zealand losing their way. Wickets have gone down. Tim Southee's in. Ross Taylor has faced only 5 balls. Shadab Khan bowled a magnificent last over where he picked up 2 wickets. 4 wickets in 11 balls. New Zealand have suffered dramatically in the last couple of overs. 2 to Shadab and 2 to Ahmad. Chance of a run out. Is he gone? Is he gone? Tim Southee.
A mix-up between Ross Taylor and Tim Southee. Tim Southee was keen to get back to the non-strikers, get his senior partner back on strike. Got sent back by Ross Taylor and slipped in doing so. And it just looks as though he might be short getting back into his crease. Certainly looks as though he's a couple of inches short. Unfortunately for New Zealand, it could well be a second run out in this innings.
Yeah, 3 wickets in 3 balls for New Zealand. This looks out. He slipped just a little bit as well when he was trying to get back, and I think he's short of the crease. New Zealand slithering downhill. Last thing they needed was a run out at this stage. And it's Tim Southee who's been removed from the scene. 7 down for 104. Disappointing end to his innings. Nothing for him. 7 down, New Zealand. Leg is in, Ish Sodhi. 29 matches for him. Pakistan threatening to bowl out New Zealand, and it wouldn't have happened for the first time. They've done it 30 times before this encounter.
Unfortunately, from a New Zealand point of view, there's been a bit of a shuffle on in the dressing room. They've lost 5 wickets in the past 13 balls. The last thing they needed was a run out. Confusion between Southey and Taylor. Confusion between Southey and Taylor. Southey got sent back by Taylor, too slow to turn, and was found short.
They need 4s and 6s and big overs, New Zealand. Yeah, things have changed in the last few balls. Wickets and dots in Pakistan ruling the roost once again. This is why they're such a good team. They would have difficult 3 or 4 overs and then bounce back because they've got so much of talent with the ball.
You can't afford to give this Pakistan side a sniff in the form that they're in, and that's exactly what New Zealand's done, and they've jumped all over it.
That's caught behind. That's a very good catch. It was a quicker ball from Shadab. He's picked another, and so becomes the highest wicket taker in the calendar year. Very good catch by the keeper. It was a strong edge, quicker ball, trying to cut it, and he hung on to it. Really was a good catch. Didn't move his gloves, so Ross Taylor is gone. New Zealand 8 down for 107.
Well, well, well. New Zealanders have slumped to 107 for 8. Now you've got, oh, would have been gone, I reckon, a direct throw at the poles hitting. Tail well and truly in. Ferguson has joined us, Sodi. And this is a very, very good catch from the skipper.
Yeah, he smashed this into Sarfraz's gloves. It was just toe end of the bat. This was going down. Wonderful keeping. He kept his hand down in the line of the ball. Beautifully taken.
Oh, Shinwari, he is going quick and full and straight. Clean up here. Just a couple of nails in the coffin here. Pakistan to take.
Well, Shinwari struggled a little bit from over the wicket, and since the time he's gone around the wicket, he's a different bowler. His angles are pretty good. He's very deceptive. He's got a very quick arm action. 11-0. Pakistan has been wonderful in this format. 11 series for Sarfraz and his team.
Got something on this. It might have been a bit high. Beaten for pace somewhat, Wakar.
Yeah, he's got a good pace, Shinwari. He's been through a lot of injuries, had a back injury, he's got an elbow injury also. But every time he comes back, he becomes a better bowler. He hasn't lost any pace. And he bowls equally good from over the wicket and around the wicket. Pakistan have bowled out teams in T20 cricket 30 times before this match, and it looks like there might be 31 time.
Yeah, I can see that smile in your voice. Oh,
Only 2 more wickets. Run rate is creeping up. It's almost, what, 13.15. Yeah, 11-0. Wonderful achievement.
You've got to take that green eye patch off, all right?
Well, you don't want me to smile?
I love it when you smile. Yep, it's looking that way, isn't it? And of course, just around the corner, we've got the 350 over contests. 2 down in Abu Dhabi, 1 back here in Dubai. Look forward to that. Certainly been enough on show here from New Zealand. Starting to get a few more things right. Just get a couple of little things clicking. So perhaps get Trent Bolt back, the very experienced left-arm swinger. So he comes back. Have a bit of a heave on the onside to the Saudi, and a bit of football skills from another new dad, Shoaib Malik. We've had 16 overs, and New Zealand are 1-1-3 for 8.
I love the attitude from the Pakistani fielders. Shoaib Malik, 37 years of age, and he looks like a young boy there. This is not the first time he's saved the boundary. They look really good, this Pakistan unit. They know their roles, and batting is coming good also, which has always been an issue for Pakistan. Bowling out the opposition, we were just mentioning about it, 30 times, and there's every chance that we might see this one goes to 31 tonight.
Incredible stat there. Mentioned. Just check out the domination now of the home side. Well, Waka, you're saying your bowling side's out. And there's another big nick. First wicket, debutant on his birthday to boot. So high fives all round, and a big hug to boot.
Good change from Sarfraz. Good move from Sarfraz, bringing the youngster on. Struggled early on in the first over, brought him back, gave him the opportunity again, and he delivered. Very first delivery. He was looking to play toward third man. Thick edge and a big wicket. For Waqas Maqsood. 113 for 9, New Zealand.
A little bit of shuffling to the leg side. Lucky Ferguson becomes Maqsood's first wicket. T20 debut international. Last man in. It's Seth Rance. Sunday evening, which is like a Monday in this part of the world. First day of the working week, Sunday to Thursday, of course, and Seth Rance will know that. Just taking it easy and cruising out at Jack, number 11. Was going well not long ago. This Sodi, he's mistimed it. No, he's not too bad. Mid off was up, so a little freebie over the top. His first boundary.
Well, Sodhi had a little bit of room to swing his arms. That's the catch deck, and Sarfraz was moving more toward leg side as the ball sort of edged and came onto his right. A late dive. Happy camp, happy team.
It certainly is a heck of a performance from the Green Machine in terms of 11 series won, but knocking sides over. Yeah, most consecutive wins. I mean, look, no disrespect to Afghanistan, but they're mainly against associates. Let's be real about this. Pakistan, they've had some big scalps in terms of international cricket. Done it twice, look at that. 8 wins in a row, twice in 2018. And it's all over. Debutant wraps it up with a couple of wickets. Mickey Arthur, coach of Pakistan, will be delighted, of course. But it's the first time New Zealand have lost 3-zip in a 3-match series of this form of the game. Waka Yunus.
Well, another whitewash by the Pakistanis. Back-to-back, they beat Australia 3-0, beating New Zealand now 3-0. The crowd's happy. And a pretty easy win for Pakistan in this game, won by 47 runs. A very, very good unit. Pakistan made a couple of changes, brought in the 2 fast bowlers, and they delivered. Mickey Arthur happy. The dressing room over the moon. That's a great achievement.
Lovely change of pace. Last man in, Seth Rance. He thought, look, I'll have a piece of this. No, you won't. So New Zealand were going so swimming, as I say, when Kane Williamson was in. They lost their last 8 wickets for 23. Holy moly. 8 wickets for 23. Staggering.
Yeah, wickets were at sale at one stage. But it was all started by Shadaf Khan, who bowled extremely well, who bowled that wonderful over where he picked up Kane Williamson and Phillips in the same over. Broke the momentum, and it was all Pakistan since then. Handshakes all around.
Brilliant for the young man. His birthday on debut, Maksud. He got a couple of wickets right at the end there, so he'll be absolutely thrilled with his debut. 1.5 overs, 2 for 21. And 3-0 whitewash for the hosts over New Zealand. And that bodes well for the 350 one-day internationals, and then we go into 3 test matches, so 3 of each format.
Mr. Javed Ahmed to give the Jubilee Insurance Man of the Match cash award of 1,15,000. Babar Azam wins it.